Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone, depending where you are. It's our great pleasure to welcome you all to today's webinar, Education and Career Pathways in Radiation Protection, as part of the Holistic Radiation Protection Perspective series. We are delighted to be here with all of you, joining forces with such a dynamic community of passionate professionals and aspiring leaders in the field. We are fortunate to be joined by experts from around the globe who will offer invaluable insights into how we can shape and support the future of radiation protection. The contributions shared today will help guide the next generation of professionals in navigating educational pathways, advancing their careers, and making a tangible impact in the field. As many of you know, this event is hosted in collaboration with the Radiation Protection and Nuclear Safety Youth Network, RPNS-YN, from Kenya, and Women in Nuclear Innovation,
into your
Winning
normal person, normal attire.
Win was created.
Whichever way. And even the women too.
There is a gentleman in the house. If you can use your
this embark on something that is allowed. Why do I get that state of wrong?
Please, there's someone who is speaking. Please mute your mic.
Okay, now I think it's fine. Sorry for the interruption. As many of you know, this event is hosted in collaboration with the Radiation Protection and Nuclear Safety Youth Network, RPNS-YN from Kenya, and Women in Nuclear Innovation Working Group of WIN Global. WINI was created with the goal of encouraging and amplifying the role of women in nuclear innovation, and we recognize the immense potential for women to drive new, inclusive, and innovative solutions within the nuclear industry and the energy sectors. So this is the agenda for today. We hope that you find very fruitful the program today, and please feel free to drop your comments, questions in the chat. We invite the audience to engage and interact with all of us, and we will try our best to cover any comments or insights that you would like to reflect. Please, Edwin, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Florencia, for this time. My name is Edwin Kagai. I am the administrator at RPNS, that is Radiation Protection and Nuclear Safety. I am serving as the Secretary General of the network, and I am very passionate about radiation protection and nuclear safety. So I'm just going to talk about RPNS, our history, our collaboration, and our partnerships. RPNS was ordained in the year 2023, and we were able to register it as a CBO, that is a community-based organization, and RPNS has its sole objective of promoting awareness by educating and engaging Kenyan youth in matters related to radiation protection. RPNS also facilitates the development and implementation of radiation protection policies and standards and regulations by collaborating with the regulators in Kenya. RPNS allows the youth and the young professionals to advocate for the adoption of best practices that allows a safe culture of radiation protection and safety in Kenya. RPNS tends to do university chapters in the future, and this now include educating its members, collaborating with other institutions and experts, offering courses and maybe certifications, and its members are now likely to benefit from that education. During collaborations, we have been able to collaborate with various networks that have similar mandates. An example of International Radiation Protection Agency Youth Network, that is ILPA, and that is where I serve as the representative to that network. We also collaborate with like-minded networks like WINI Global, the one that we are holding this webinar with. That is a group in WIN, Women in Nuclear Global. And more to that, we have been able to attend seminars and workshops that normally allows the members to have exposure about radiation protection. We have been able to train our members on how to do essays, how to do abstracts, and now we are continuing to offer webinars that have educational content like this one. And I want to take this chance to welcome everybody to this webinar, and I am wishing you a very great time. And in case you have any question, you can channel it to us. We'll be interacting in the chat box. And for those that would like to get to us, we will share our contact information and every detail that will be required. So back to you, Florencia. But before that, I would want to ask the members to tarry for a while because there will be a photo session after we have progressed for a while. So tarry allowed to have a photo session. Thank you very much, Florencia. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Edwin, for the wonderful remarks. And please, I would like to invite Professor Margaret Chege from Kenyatta University to share her perspectives. Margaret, over to you, please.
Thank you very much, Florencia and Edwin, for that great introduction. It is indeed an honor for us as Kenyans, as students, as young, as well as seasoned professionals, as RPNS, Radiation Protection and Nuclear Safety Youth Network, to be here today and to work with Women in Nuclear Innovation, which is part of Women in Nuclear Global. And being here and interacting with Winnie, interacting with our visitors, interacting with the audience from different parts of the world, this is the spirit of holistic approach, which basically focuses on those discrete aspects and how they can be brought together to make the whole better. Today we are looking at radiation protection, and from a radiation protection perspective, the holistic approach goes beyond technical. As in the university, we are just used to the technical. So, for example, radiation measurements, radiation, the analysis of results. But from a holistic perspective, other areas, for example, the journey, the collaborations and networks, community engagement, communication, and even perspectives from different stakeholders. This one is included in the holistic approach. And today I must say we are really honored because we'll get to listen to perspectives from two great women, amazing women. One from Ghana in Africa. We'll hear perspectives from another amazing woman from Austria in Europe. That is the spirit of holistic approach. And to our distinguished guests and the diverse audience, which is drawn from different parts of the African region, from South America, from Asia, from Europe, feel at home and interact freely via chat. To the audience, if you have any questions, please jot them down on a piece of paper. At the end, we'll give you a chance to ask them directly. And if this will not be possible, jot them down, write them down on chat, and we will ask them for you. So once again, I take this chance to welcome you all to the Winnie Women in Nuclear Innovation and RPNS Youth Network webinar. And as is our tradition here in Kenya, I have to incorporate some Kiswahili, which is our national language. I say, wageni wetu, Karibuni sana, which basically translates to our visitors, welcome very much. Thank you, and back to you, Laurentia.
Thank you, Margaret. I'll just cover a few words from the Winnie perspective on behalf of the team. First of all, through Winnie's work, we focus on nurturing the next generation of female experts and creating an inclusive environment that empowers women to take leadership roles in nuclear science and technology. Today, our work encompasses a broad range of initiatives from the development of cutting-edge reactors and non-electric applications of nuclear energy to ensuring that the latest technologies are applied safely and efficiently. The group was created and initiated, it was initially launched in 2020 in September by a partnership through World Nuclear Association and the Director General of WNA, Sama Bilbao y Leon. She's a godmother and she's been supporting most of the activities of WIDI that we have been extending in partnership, in cooperation with several organizations as well. Well, the energy sector is critical to driving the transition to a clean and sustainable future. It is also one of the least gender diverse fields. This is where we, as a community, have an important role to play. Closing the gender gap in this sector is not just an imperative, but it is an essential mission in the industry to remain innovative, resilient, and ready to meet the challenges of tomorrow. As the demand of clean energy solutions increases, we know that new and innovative technologies will be key. The use of modular, smaller reactors and advanced nuclear applications like hydrogen generation, cogeneration, and desalination are just a few areas where women can bring forward their creativity and expertise. These innovations are not just about producing energy, they are about finding smart, sustainable solutions for our world's growing needs. Now, more than ever, the future of energy is interconnected with the need for a diverse, skilled workforce. Today's webinar provides us with the perfect opportunity to explore career pathways, gain insights into educational programs, and think about how we can collectively help build a workforce that it is not only skilled, but diverse and future-ready. I want to remind all of you that the journey to success is not a straight path. It is often winding and full of challenges, but every step taken today will shape the future of radiation protection, where you are just beginning your studies, or if you are an experienced professional, there's always more to learn and there's always new opportunities to grow. I encourage you to take full advantage of the expertise shared today and to think about how you can contribute to the advancements of radiation protection in your unique way. Let us use this time to connect, to share ideas, and to empower each other to be bold, creative, and innovative in our work. This is part of the team. The community is growing. We are growing with different representatives of several countries. And on behalf of the Winnie Group, I would like to thank you. I would like to thank to our speakers, panelists, and guests for generously sharing their time and knowledge with us. Their experience and commitment to the field are truly inspiring. And of course, I thank all of you in the audience for your engagement. Your participation is what makes these conversations meaningful and impactful. So let us begin this exciting discussion, knowing that we are all here with a shared vision of advancing radiation protection and driving innovation to build a safer, more sustainable future for all. Once again, thank you very much. And I think we are having Takahiko Kono from Japan. He's an engineer from the Japan Atomic Energy Agency. Please, Margaret, can you confirm if we have Takahiko? Not today, okay, but we may have him in the next events, and it will be a pleasure also to welcome him as a valuable speaker in the next session of webinars. Please let me just jump straight to the next phase of the program. And Tom, over to you, please. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Hello.
can hear you well. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, all. My name is Tom Juma from Kenya. I'm the chairman of RPNS. I would first of all appreciate RPNS and Winnie for organizing this educative webinar. We are yet to hear from our guests. So I'm here shortly to introduce our guests today, and I will do the introduction shortly, and I will excuse myself because of I have a similar presentation. Yes. So today we have two senior guests who will be taking us through today's topic. Our first visitor is Professor Mary Bodu. Professor Mary Bodu is a distinguished Ghanaian scientist specializing in medical physics and radiation protection. She holds a PhD in physics from the University of Witwatersrand in South Africa. Professor Bodu is the immediate past director of Radiological and Medical Sciences Research Institute of Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. Currently, she is the officer in charge of mentoring program at the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. Professor Bodu is actively involved in professional organizations, including the Ghana Society for Medical Physics, Ghana Nuclear Society, and Women in Nuclear, that is WIN Global. She is a founding member of WIN Africa, president and a founding member of WIN Ghana, and founder and the first president of Ghana Atomic Energy Commission Ladies Association. Besides her contributions to radiation protection and medical physics, Professor Bodu is involved in the promotion of women in science and technology and increased female participation in nuclear industry in Ghana and beyond. Our second guest is Victoria Hasner from Austria. Victoria is a radiation protection expert at the Austrian Agency for Health and Food Safety, focusing on clearance, environmental monitoring, and contaminated areas in radiation protection. She is also a PhD student at the University of Natural Resources and Life Sciences in Vienna, Austria, where she explores the radiation aspect of wood fuel combustion residues from radiation protection perspective, focusing on CS-137 and CR-90 post-Chernobyl. Victoria is a member of Austrian Association for Radiation Protection and the chair of Young Scientists and Professionals. Additionally, she is a member of Leadership Committee of International Radiation Protection Association Young Generation Network, that is IRPA. And we were also to have Tahakiko Kono from Japan. He is the chair of IRPA YGN. Before I take the microphone back, I will also recognize two seniors that we have seen in the meeting today. I've seen Lansina To from Burkina Faso. He's a serious nuclear advocate in the country and a founder of many groups that support nuclear activities. We also have Ms. Fiorella Merma from Argentina. She's a nuclear security expert at the Atomic Energy Commission of Argentina. Ladies and gentlemen, let us take this time to welcome our chief guests for their presentation. Thank you, and back to you, Lorenza.
Thank you, Tom, for introducing our speakers. And then I would like to give the microphone to Professor Marie Bodu. If you can help us to share your presentation and start the conversation, Professor. Over to you. Thank you.
Are you able to see my presentation?
Not full cover slides, Professor. Yes.
Are you able to see it now?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, thank you very much. So thank you, Tom, for the kind introduction. And thank you, Florencia, and all those who have worked behind the scenes to bring this program to today. Today is a Saturday, and we have all gathered to learn one or two things in radiation protection. So I'm Mary Boadu, and I'll be talking to you on radiation protection training and education in Ghana. The Ghana Atomic Energy Commission is a public service institution that was established for the promotion of nuclear applications in Ghana in 1963. And it was to be organized through the training, research, and development, regulatory and technical services. And this was to enhance the socio-economic development of Ghana. So since its establishment, the country has seen widespread usage of radiation sources in almost all sectors of the Ghanaian economy because of the beneficial uses and effects of radiation. And so we see radiation being used in healthcare, industry, environment, agri, almost all the sectors in the country are applying radiation for a good use. Currently, major installations in Ghana where radiation and radioactive sources are being used are in the medical sectors. So we have a number of X-rays, several of them, radiotherapy centers, nuclear medicine units, and we're also applying radiation in the mining and industrial sectors. And so we have research reactors, gamma irradiation facilities, destination inspection units, and the nuclear gauges at the industries and also for the road constructions. So operating these facilities have the potential to lead to exposure of people or the environment to radiations. And this can lead to health effects. And we all know at this point in time, I'm assuming that exposure to high levels of radiation can lead to clinical damage to body tissues, what we usually call deterministic effects, or low levels of radiation received over a long period of time can also cause various forms of cancer after the latency period, what we usually call stochastic effects. So radiation is good. Application of nuclear and radiation devices are very good because it brings huge benefit to mankind, but the wrong usage can cause a lot of harm. So there is therefore the need to use radiation properly, and that is where radiation protection comes in. And in Ghana, we have, for the national radiation protection infrastructure, a component of 5 parts. You have the legal framework where the laws or the act that established relevant institutions such as the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, the Radiation Protection Board, now defunct, the Regulatory Authority, and other facilities, they are all spelled out in the legal framework. Then the Regulatory Authority that controls the use of radiation in Ghana. Then the Regulatory Authority authorizes, give permission for facilities and services using radiation to operate. And of course, what we are talking about today is education and training. We need to build manpower for sustainability and good use of radiation facilities. We also have resources and interventions, and these forms the components of the radiation protection infrastructure in Ghana. So I'll look briefly over the overview of radiation protection training in Ghana. The Ghana Atomic Energy, following its mandate, established the Radiation Protection Institute under the Radiation Protection Board in 1993 and mandated it to be the institution responsible for providing radiation protection training in Ghana. So right from its establishment, the Radiation Protection Institute has organized several radiation protection training programs in the country for Ghanaians and also for Africans. And the training is based on the IAEA Safety Standards BSS published by the International Atomic Energy Agency. There are categories of training that the Radiation Protection Institute provides. It includes company-specific, where institutions applying radiation requests for training. And sometimes we organize national programs where we bring same kind of professionals together, like radiographers alone or nuclear gauge users alone, and we train them. So we have the national training and we have the sub-regional training programs. We also organize the IAEA and other international fellowship in the areas of radiation protection program on ionizing radiation. Apart from the IAEA and other international fellowships, the course duration for the radiation protection training usually ranges between 3 to 5 days. And usually these are done at the client's facility or at the Radiation Protection Institute, which is part of the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. The training models usually is theoretical presentations and then practical demonstrations. And so there are lectures, there are case studies, there are video shows, there are discussions, and we have several facilities to do this successfully. And we also organize technical visits to facilities relevant to the training. And these are organized as part of the training programs. The syllabus and training materials are usually what we have established, which is the National Policy for Education and Training in Radiation Protection, Transport and Waste Safety Training Models. And we also use the IAEA standardized training models for various practices. And this is based on the basic safety standards. And we do continuous design of new training models. And this is based on client needs assessment. We give competencies required, and then we also do continuous review of models based on new knowledge, emerging technologies, and then as new regulations comes up, it means new training program have to be organized. So that is how the training course methodology has been structured for the radiation protection program. And the categories of trainings include qualified experts, radiation protection officers, radiographers, mine workers, operators of destination inspection scanners, frontline emergency planning, and so on. These are all giving radiation protection training to allow them to practice their career safely to protect workers, the environment for now and the future. And the contents of the training programs include basic knowledge of ionizing radiation, radiation detection measurements, quantities, biological effects, radiation protection and safety, types of exposures, quality assurance, safety and security of radiation sources, emergency procedures, transport, radioactive waste management, regulatory and infrastructure is very important, organizational responsibilities, duties of radiation protection officers, and we also demonstrate the proper use of radiation detection equipment. So that has been the training that the Radiation Protection Institute of the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission has been running over the years since 1993. But in 2006, the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, together with the University of Ghana, with support from the IAEA, established the School of Nuclear and Allied Sciences to develop capacity or human capacity in radiation protection, radiation technologies, and allied technologies. And right from the beginning, MPhil radiation protection program was part of it. And this has been the case since 2006. Radiation protection MPhil program was established, and we have trained so many people. Along the line, PhD was introduced. In 2011, the International Atomic Energy Agency designated the Radiation Protection Program as a regional designated center for the training of radiation protection officers. And in the same year, the school also started running the IAEA program, PJEC, that is the Postgraduate Education Certification in Radiation Protection and Safety of Radiation Sources. And since that time, we've been running it, but last year, one was run in Kenya as well. Currently, the school has been accredited to run MPhil and PhD programs in health physics and radiation protection. So these pictures are just the front view, the park in front of the School of Nuclear and Allied Sciences, of which radiation protection is one of the thriving programs. And this is the faculty block of the School of Nuclear and Allied Sciences. So we are looking at some of the statistics from the training that had been done over the years. We have the number of people trained and then the institution from which they have been trained. So over the years, we trained hundreds of people from varied institutions. The institutions are largely research, mining, oil and gas, medical, so we train radiographers, doctors, radiologists, medical physicists, and so on, destination inspection, freight forwarders, industrial, and that is the number of people trained. Then we come to the graduate level, where we have the radiation protection, MPhil, and PhD. So since its establishment, 2006, these are the number of students, male, female, MPhil, and PhD. And the numbers keep changing. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low, but we've seen our highest so far this year, 2024, 2025, a total of 21 students enrolled, of which 16 are male, 5 are female, 17 are doing MPhil, and 4 are doing PhD in radiation protection. And so since its establishment in 2006, about 130 students have enrolled so far, out of which 90 have successfully graduated, and the remaining number 40, they are different stages of their studies, and we hope they will finish very soon. And this is the statistics for the postgraduate educational certificate program sponsored by the International Atomic Energy Agencies, the male against female, since 2011, when it was launched to be hosted in Ghana, up to this year. We are still running it. This year, we just ended in March, a batch of about 24 students. Yeah, there were about 24 students. So usually there are about 24, 25 students. A third or so are females, and then 2/3 are usually males. So what are the admission requirements for the MPhil in radiation protection? A candidate who wants to do radiation protection MPhil level needs a good bachelor's degree, at least second class lower division is required, and he can have it in physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, engineering, or equivalent degree. And this had to be from a recognized university. Also, applicants with qualification in applied health, like radiography or radiology, can also apply. For the PhD, candidates who want to do radiation protection in PhD level needs an MPhil or master's degree in the field of physical and biological sciences, engineering, nuclear sciences, and nuclear engineering, applied health, or allied sciences from a recognized university is required. When does one apply? Usually, application runs from April all the way to 31st July of every year, which means application is ongoing. So anyone who is interested in applying to do radiation protection in second degree level, that is MPhil or PhD level, can apply now. Application ends on 31st July. So these are some of the pictures of the training program that had been held over the years. Some at our institution at GAEC, Ghana Atomic Energy, some also at the field of the client's level. And so we run the program based on the needs of the clients, or when we do the national program, we usually bring them to our sites, the Ghana Atomic Energy. This was a medical program. This was held at the University of Ghana Medical Center not too long ago. And these are some of the field and classroom works, all in radiation protection training programs. So what are some of the job prospects in radiation program, radiation protection? So radiation protection graduates are well prepared for many different technical jobs, such as can be a research scientist at the Ghana Atomic Energy, for example. We have a lot of them doing various kinds of research in non-ionizing, in ionizing, in different levels, nuclear medicine, radiotherapy, radiography, industrial level, and so on and so forth. They can become qualified experts who can support institutions applying nuclear or ionizing radiations. They can become radiation protection officers who helps institutions to use radiation well. They can become lecturers, data managers, physics teachers in high school or secondary schools. They can become regulators as well. Or they can also become what? Frontline officers in emergency planning and response. So these and many other job prospects are available for radiation protection graduates. So what are some of the advice I want to leave with students entering the workplace? I would say that evaluate your interest, take relevant courses, get as much experience as possible, work in teams and form collaboration, don't work in isolation. Market yourself for the career you are interested in. Find mentoring opportunities, have a global perspective. And I will say that, where do you go from here? Anywhere you want, just maximize opportunities that comes your way. Exclusive advice to female students, I would say be assertive, take initiative, take your chances and opportunities well. Don't be afraid or be intimidated to take risks or learn new things. Be resilient and persevere in the face of difficulties. Don't give up, because women are good at multitasking. Seek help when you need one from family or friends or colleagues. Funding opportunities abound, so look for one. We have the Marie Curie IEA Fellowship Program. We have the OWSD program. We have countless other funding opportunities, and also get involved in professional associations. So many of them are available. There's a quote from one Mary Ann Fox, the first female chief executive of North Carolina State University and a former chancellor of the University of California, San Diego. And she said, women have a place at the table when it comes to science. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So as a woman and a scientist, work hard and you always have a place at the table. When the managers of institutions gather, you'll be one of them. So in conclusion, I would say that radiation protection, education, and training in Ghana has progressed steadily over the years. And this is because of dedicated team of competent, experienced human resource who work effectively to deliver excellent service in radiation protection for Ghanaians and also for the African region. We know that with improved infrastructure, equipment, and available human resources, radiation protection training and education in Ghana will certainly grow and expand to become a regional hub for training in radiation protection in the sub-region and in Africa as a whole. I would like to thank the following institutions. They are just represented by their logo: my university, the University of KNUST, that is the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, the University of Witwatersrand in South Africa. That's where I did my PhD. I did my first degree and second degree at KNUST. Then my institution, the Ghana Atomic Energy Agency, or the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. Then my two sponsors, Organization for Women in Science for the Developing World, they sponsored me to do my PhD in South Africa for 4 years. They paid for everything. And then the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, that had been our support for all our professional programs, supporting and paying for our attendance. On that note, I want to thank you all for your kind attention.
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation, Professor Marie, and thank you for enlightening us about all the activities that are running in Ghana. More high quality of graduate programs in the future, because across Africa, the nuclear energy activities in nuclear energy in the near future. So please let us welcome our second speaker. We have Victoria Hersner from Austria. And please, Victoria, if you can share your slides, we will appreciate to see your insights.
Hello. You should be able to see the presentation, I think.
Yeah.
Are you seeing the
see your
presentation? Perfect.
Yes, welcome.
And thanks a lot for having me. I want to continue with the next presentation about my journey and where I started and where I am right now. And I also started, as everybody else, as a student. So I was thinking about to study biology, but after I finished school, I decided that I will try to do more physics and also combine it with biology. So I did horse riding in my free time, but I studied physics. And I did my bachelor degree 2015 at the Technical University in Vienna. And then I didn't know if I wanted to go into biomedical engineering or if I want to stay in technical physics. And I took about 7 months off to travel around Australia and was thinking about what I want to study as my master degree. And after about 1 month, I was really missing calculating things. And so I decided after I came back to study technical physics. And I specialized on radiation protection as well. So I was here, I did a work with a radon instrument. I did a peak in Ecuador to do some geophysics, but it wasn't like my passion. So I went back to radiation protection and finished my master degree 2019. During my studies, I did a lot of trainings because as a student, there are so many different offers you can do for free. So I did 2 different cost academic trainings on norm in building materials. I looked it up and cost is something specific for Europe. But I don't know if you can also apply for it if you're from Africa. So if you're interested, you must check out the website. And I used both trainings to network. So now I have connection to Canada as well, which is really very helpful if I have specific questions about North America. And I did the EIS, the student exchange. This is something which is offered global. And you can also try to get a space there. And I was in Ecuador for 3 months, and that's where I also did a peek into geophysics. And there are so many different funding options out there. So I just listed some. So IAEA has a lot, IRPA, ECRP, but maybe also your National Radiation Protection Society or the government or the school or university. So keep your eyes open and apply for the fundings. Don't be shy. So just try and maybe you are getting it. After my university, so after I finished my master degree, I applied for different jobs, and I was able to get acceptance from a consulting company, and I really wanted to work in radiation protection, so I also applied at AGES, where I'm working right now. They didn't have an offer out at that moment, but I knew someone who was working there because I did the norm in building materials training, and I asked her if I can just apply. And so I just applied and introduced myself, and I also got an acceptance there. But then it was really hard because the first job as a consulting was about double of the money I would earn there, but I decided that I want to do my passion because radiation protection isn't that big in Austria. We don't have a nuclear power plant, and so there are not many opportunities. So I decided to work at AGES, and I started 2019. I'm still there. I'm really happy what I'm doing, but it wasn't quite enough for me because I also am a member of the Austrian Society of Radiation Protection, and I wanted to give something back to the community. So I'm there right now as the chair of the Young Scientists and Professionals. Then I also started my PhD. It's not finished yet, but it's in progress. And I also wanted to widen my network. So I'm now also at the Young Generation Network from IRPA as a leadership committee member. During my work, I did some trainings at the IAEA, but I also found out that they have free online courses, which you can do from wherever you are, which is really convenient also when you're working and you maybe have still time for 30 minutes to educate yourself. You can just continue a training course. There are also different ECRP digital events. They are also for free and they are recorded, so you can watch them in the when you have time. And then there are webinars like today. So keep your eyes open and attend to those free online education or trainings because you're always learning, you're always studying, and it's a process which isn't linear. You have good times and then maybe you reached a plateau and you don't think you are not gaining anything new, but then you remember, oh, I learned that. So you're studying and learning your whole life and keep to it. I now want to tell you a bit about what I'm working right now. I'm, as I told you, at the Austrian Agency for Health and Food Safety. The radiation protection part in this agency is a quite small section. So it's mainly about food safety and health, as the name says. But in the radiation protection section, we have emergency preparedness, environmental monitoring, radiochemistry, protection against radon, breast cancer quality assurance. Then I'm mainly working as an independent expert, and we also have the radioactive waste disposal. We don't have one yet in Austria, but we are searching for a location. I now just give you an insight about what I'm doing. So I'm out a lot. I go out with the gamma spectrometers to measure in the field, but also take samples from the earth or from water. I can do the laser pointer. Then I'm also taking earth samples, which are made, they want to clear it and control if the clearance levels are reached. Then I brought some videos with me. I just need to click on play for everything. So we are taking various samples. That is, for example, in Vienna, where we are monitoring here, where we are monitoring the river because we have a research reactor there. Then here we have different sample preparations. We have a huge air measurement instrument which is collecting air, and we are changing it each week. And here we have the gamma spectrometers, as I mentioned before, and now also in the quality assurance section for radiation protection. And we try to optimize everything. So we digitalized, for example, the sampling protocol. And as the next point, I want to tell you about the Austrian Association for Radiation Protection, where I'm the chair for the young professionals. And I really like what we are doing there because we do a lot of technical visits, and it's such a huge opportunity to visit another company or a site and learn from them what they are doing and gain insights to take them with you home to your university or to your company and bring them into your work. And it depends. If you are doing the technical visits only with young people, you have a network with people who are still in training. But if you include in the technical visits older people like your professors or professionals from different companies, then the young ones can learn from the old ones, but also the old ones gain insight what is important for the young generation net. So keep networking. And how we stay connected right now, it's LinkedIn. I just was watching yesterday what I can find. And there's so many online opportunities where you can participate to educate yourself. And I think it's the best way to stay informed what is going on. And if there's a conference you want to go to, or if there's a funding opportunity, so use your network at LinkedIn and apply for something. And we are also, to promote our society, we have flyers and cards because a network community can only work when there are members. And so it's for us, for the society, it's important to gain new members as well. And we are also starting a mentoring program with the German and Swiss society. So also to stay connected with them, because German and Austria are talking German. And so it's easy to interact with them for us and also to visit them. And I'm also at the IRPA Young Generation Network as also Edwin in the leadership committee member. And here we have where the different committee members are from. And I think, yeah, an essential information is that you should use some breaks, do some sport, read a book, go out, enjoy your life with your cat. I have it's like a queen. And it's so important to recharge and then to have energy again to study, to network, and to educate yourself. So think about if you have already taken the first step for your journey and where you want to go. You don't need to know everything right now, but you should start and you should see what possibilities you have out there. So thanks a lot for listening, and I'm eager to hear your questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Victoria, for this inspiring presentation. And it's a key point to find the balance between what you love to do, your working place, and also taking care of your mental health. Mental health is really important. I mean, to keep that level of creativity, you also need to go outside, socialize, and do other activities that can refresh your mind. And thank you very much for contributing from the Yopa Young Generation community to nurture the next practices of the coming generations of professionals. Thank you. And we have some questions here in the chat, and we have prepared also some here in the house. And I'd like to start with Peshwa Rafi from Bangladesh, currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in nuclear engineering from University of Dhaka, and is very much to contribute in the radio imaging field. And if a Peshwa has this opportunity, how will be the application of this? I mean, what advices you and Professor Mary can provide to Peshwa? Thank you. Who would like to start? You, Victoria, or after Professor Marie? And it doesn't matter.
I can start maybe. So if you are interested in applying for something or contribute to something, so just apply. So just be brave enough, even if you're not ticking all the essential things they want you to have, just apply and say why you want to go, be motivated, and don't be depressed if it's not working in the first place, because there's so many different options out there. But the first step is always applying, and be brave enough for that.
Okay, so I will say that don't be afraid to take new things, but follow your heart and take opportunities. When I joined the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, I was a chemist. I did first degree chemistry. I did second degree chemistry. But when I joined, we were to operate in a lab, which was under construction, but then I had to make myself useful. So I started doing some of the physics things that the institute was doing. So I joined them, and now I practice physics. The chemistry that I was taught at school is on the side, is in my head, but I practice radiation physics, I practice medical physics, and these are things I learned new from scratch. So if you want to apply, as Victoria said, go ahead, find the requirements for that program you want to apply, and then get started. Be assertive, don't be afraid. Just keep going on, work hard, and it always pays. And be bold. Okay.
Thank you very much. That's a very powerful message from both of you, because we need to have that courage to continue and to try new things. I mean, we don't have like this crystal ball to see the entire future, but it's always willing to try to make things the best we can and learn from the process, because even if some results are not what we are expecting, we will have a lesson learned and we will see where not to go, what not to do, and it's a stiff curve in this learning process. We also have another question from Shwarna from Bangladesh. Is currently doing his higher studies and the third bachelor's degree, and he would like to know how to prepare yourself for the next stages that are coming. If you can just share maybe some perspectives about your journey or what are your perspectives for the future? How you see the radiation protection field in the future?
Mary, do you want to start? As a professor, I think you're closer to that question.
Okay, thank you very much. So to prepare, as we have said, you have to be assertive. Learn the trends. I mean, be ahead and be familiar with the new trends that are coming, the direction that the technology is moving. You always have to be part of it so that you are not left behind. Know what is trending, know what is needed, what is required, and then learn and learn and learn. In our organization, we realize that students doing radiation protection alone probably will not give them a very wide range of career options. So we introduced health physics to it. And so now we had health physics and radiation protection, which gives students a broader perspective, a broader range of options, job prospects than the radiation protection alone. So they can be at the hospital, they can be at the industry, they can even be with the communication technology area. The range is very vast. So we have to know the trend that the technology is going, the advancement in technology, the new knowledge that is coming, we capture on that, and then we fit ourselves in to make sure that we always move with the crowd, we move with the tide and move with the times so that we can contribute our quota meaningfully to society.
I want to add that if you're studying and if you maybe also want to do a PhD, you must be patient with yourself and with your experiments. It takes so much energy and effort to study, and that's the way it is. And so be patient with yourself, and also take, as I mentioned, the downtime you need to recharge. So I'm right now doing my PhD next to my full-time work in my free time. And I'm at the point right now where I need to take some weekends off. So I'm not in my time plan I wanted to do, but I need to listen to myself as well. So also you need to listen to yourself and to your body and to your mind if you need some downtime. And yes, I wanted to add that.
Okay, so I just want to add one bit as Victoria was speaking. Be patient and then listen to yourself. There are times that things don't go the way you want. Things happen. I have seen students who have to change course because their two supervisors have a difficulty. And so the student had to abandon the program and start all over. Another one, the supervisor passed on, unfortunately, and he had to change. So one had to be able to adapt readily, quickly, never give up. Whatever the course, don't give up, because then you will not have any moral right to advise somebody if you give up along the way. When something doesn't work the way we want, find a solution, find another alternative, find something that will work and get yourself into it and get going. Never stop in the middle of it and abandon the program. You have to find an alternative to finish what you start. Do it.
That's well said. We don't have to give up. No matter how the wind can blow against us, we always need to go ahead and keep that energy and spirit, right? I would like to ask both of you, what role do mentorship and professionals network play in shaping a successful career in radiation protection? And how can we enhance these opportunities for newcomers? Who would like to start? Victoria?
I can start. I did a mentoring program when I nearly finished my master degree because I wasn't sure if I want to study, if I want to do a PhD or if I want to work in the industry. And for me, it was really helpful to have the mentor with me and talk with them through my thoughts. And I decided to study, to work in the industry, because you still can study when you are older. And I started my PhD now 2 years ago. So it's always helpful to have somebody to talk to. It's not necessary to be an official mentoring program, but it's helpful to have somebody to share and think about the future and the positive and the negatives about a decision. And that can be your professor, but it can also be your mom. It's like, it depends, or your best friend. And right now, I think I really want to give what I have back to the students who are younger than me, and thinking about what they want to do right now. So that's why we want to start a mentoring program. But it needs also a lot of energy, because you're doing this in your leisure time, the mentoring maybe, and so it needs to be the passion of yourself. And it's also like, I saw Takahiko is now listening, and it's also good to have somebody international, the international community, but also know everybody of us have a private life. So there are things going on, there's a time difference. So have the acceptance to know, okay, somebody is coming late because it's not working out. So yeah, use the network.
Use the network. Mentorship is very good. I think it helps one to know, for example, if it's an organization and there's a mentoring program in place, it guides the new staff what to do. It directs the new staff and shape the person of the career path he or she has taken. So the mentoring is very good, and mentorship program institutions are very good because it helps colleagues to advance faster. They know what to do, they know what to stay away from, they know how to progress, how to network. They hear the stories of those who have made it, how they made it, how they overcame challenges, and so on and so forth. Without mentorship, all those information will not be given, will not be known to the mentee. So mentorship is good. And I have seen in my own career the lack of it and what it does to people. So since 2024, last year, I decided to champion mentorship in my organization. So I specifically push for that. And so now we are establishing our policies, we are establishing documentation, how we can roll out mentorship in the institution with the hope of grooming the next generation, having more mentors who can then mentor young ones as they come. And so mentorship is very key. And if there is a mentorship program in your organization, don't deny yourself the opportunity to be mentored. Enroll yourself in it and adhere. Listen to the advice for the mentors, have open dialogue with the mentors, and then the mentors also benefit from the discussion that goes on, and then gives them even more perspective when they are directing or guiding the next one. So mentorship is key. It shapes us as scientists and helps us to avoid mistakes of others. So we don't have to make the same mistakes. So we step on the mistakes of others and build our career. So mentorship is very good.
I'm just adding here, even if you're a master student, you can be a mentor for a student who is still in school or just started the bachelor degree. So a mentor isn't an older person around 50 years old. It can be also a young person like us.
I think when it comes to mentorship, we can have this international model or background, because someone from your region or the country where you are, but also having the perspective, for example, someone from Asia, from Africa, Latin America, you are doing like this mixed mentoring session that gives you a general overview how you can cope to different systems and exactly maybe what are the current activities in a particular region, how you can contribute from a regional perspective, and this will enlarge more the knowledge and different programs that you can collaborate together. And of course, I think taking care of advantage of the online sessions or even the virtual, it can give to disseminate the activities together. Another question that I would like just to pop out, what advice do you have for young professionals entering in the field of radiation protection, or who wants, or for those ones that want to start a career, especially in terms of career progression or professional development? Just maybe a few words for it, Professor or Victoria.
Did I speak?
Yes, please, go ahead.
I wasn't hearing because there's some noise, background noise, and it's also disturbing me as well. If I heard the beginning, you were talking about how do we have international grouping or something like that?
Yeah, what advices do you have for young professionals entering the field or who would like to enter the field, maybe shifting some roles in the profession, whether you were not a pure radiation protection background, or maybe you are a nuclear engineer or a chemist, and then you want to transition into the radiation protection area or nuclear security. In terms of career progression and professional development, what advices could you provide to them?
I can start. I think you should go your own path. So you can have somebody who you are looking up to, but if you are walking your own path, so if you do what you love, if what you're working is also your passion, you can't be overtaken. So just find what you are loving and then try to really work in the field.
Thank you. That's very great advice.
So I managed to reduce the volume of noise a little bit. So as I was saying, I had to change drastically because my job and my training were, it's not like they were not exactly the same, but it was a bit different. And so my contribution had to be increased. And the only way to do it was to learn something new. And that is why when I had the opportunity to do my PhD, I chose to do it in physics. And so I did my PhD in medical physics, where I learned the technology of radiology, X-ray production, and then application in mammography, and I have continued from there. So I will encourage anyone who had to change course for one reason or the other to know exactly what is at stake. What do you need that new training for? If it's to enhance your organization, if it's to enhance your own contribution to your organization, then you have to take up that challenge and learn all the rules, all the basic things that we need to be able to give your maximum input to the organization. And that is exactly what I did. To be able to effectively be integrated into the radiation protection field, I needed something with physics background. And so it means I had to learn some basics and then apply at the institutional level. And then when the opportunity came to be part of the lecturing for the radiation protection program, I was ready. But if I have not done that change or switch so quickly, I couldn't have been integrated into it so quickly and then be able or effectively contribute towards the program. So if you need to make any change or run about a U-turn because of circumstances, because of your own maybe curiosity or for your own career growth, then you have to learn all the rules, all the basic things that is needed for the new area you are going, so that you'll be able to effectively contribute towards the program that you are getting yourself into. Okay.
Thank you very much for that powerful message. I would like to close the Q&A session just with a final question from Simeon. Is asking, how do different industries collaborate to improve radiation safety and security? And what lessons have been learned from past nuclear incidents, and how have they shaped current policies?
There are
So
more than one question. I start with the first one. If you're talking to people, so if you're working at a company and then you talk to people at a network event and they're working at another company, you are connecting the two companies. It's not just a connection between you and the person, but it's also a connection between the companies. And if there is, for example, in Austria, if there's an emergency, due to my network, I know which people I can call. And I have the direct telephone number from them because I know them from a network event, and I don't need to call their company first and try to get through to them. I think that's my answer for the first question. Yes.
The second question was, what lessons have been learned from past nuclear incidents, and how have they shaped current policies?
Mary, do you want to answer that?
Okay. So when accidents happen from the IEA perspective, what usually happens is they give a chronology of the event that happened, why it happened, and usually they give information on how to avoid similar things happening. Okay, so if an accident happened in an institution, the first thing is to document it. Document what happened, why it happened, and then the lessons learned, and all this should be informed to the regulatory authority, to the relevant institution where the accident happened, and also all institutions having similar facilities, if possible, should also be informed about it, especially the lessons learned to avoid future accidents. So the lessons learned usually helps avoiding accidents. It also helps sometimes manufacturers in redesigning even the facilities concerned. They use the incident that happened, the causes, and then the lessons learned to redesign or modify so that future accident can be stalled. It can be avoided. And so accidents should not be covered up. They should be documented. The causes should be documented. The lessons learned should be documented. And all relevant or similar institutions should be aware of this so that they can avoid similar things. And usually with the IEA, what they have done is document these things, and they even have a pool where one can actually learn what has happened, what can be avoided, or what one can do to avoid similar things happening in his or her organization. And so this pool helps us to be able to tap in to get information to help us avoid accidents in the first place. So my take is the accidents happening is not a good thing, but then the lessons learned helps us to avoid such things in future, and also helps us redesign or remodel or adjust devices, equipment to avoid similar accidents from happening.
Thank you very much. Victoria has some engagement, and we would like to request the participants if you can open your cameras to take a picture, and we will promote who participate in this session during the event. Please, we request all the participants if you can open the camera and help us with your presence, virtual presence, to capture this moment. Let us just wait a few seconds to wait for the rest of the audience. We still have some questions that were dropped in the chat in the last couple of minutes. We will collect them and send them to the speakers or through the to the organizers to provide our best the answers. If you can just drop your emails because we have extended a little bit in this discussion, and we also need to close the program. We still have some final announcements, but please, we will be happy to respond to those questions that are still pending. Thank you. So if we can have the rest of the audience with your camera available. Okay. We still need some cameras open. If you cannot join us, it's okay. But we love to see you. Okay, so at the count of 3, if you can give me your biggest smile, please. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just one more as a backup. So just help me with one more smile, please. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. We have to say goodbye to Victoria because she has some personal engagement. We will just continue with the final closing remarks, and we really appreciate Victoria's support for this event, and we hope to keep counting on her support for the coming events that we will plan ahead. And thank you very much for all your valuable perspectives. If we can just give her a big virtual applause to say goodbye to her until the next time.
Thanks a lot, and see you at the next webinar, hopefully. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have some final announcements to make before we just do the closing remarks. There is a coming event in Ghana that it will be wonderful that all of you know some information. Margaret is in the committee, the chair committee. So it's the 11th International Symposium on Natural Occurring Radioactive Material, NORM. It will be this coming October 13 to 17 in Accra, Ghana. So the symposium will be highlighting 5 days of scientific presentations, refresher courses, social events, trade exhibition, and many other surprises. There is some special guest of honor, Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed from the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology from Ghana. And this will be a great opportunity if someone is interested to participate in this program. We share the details, and there's Margaret's contact as well if anyone would like to know more details about how to submit a contribution or how to participate. Please feel free to reach out to Margaret as well. Margaret, over to you. There's something else that you would like to share about the event?
No, you said it all about the NORM 11 conference that will take place in Ghana. And let me just share the link on chat so that in case there's someone here who is interested in sending an abstract, all the details are present. And they can actually submit an abstract. The deadline will be coming up soon, so it's good that they submit their abstracts as soon as possible. Just a minute.
Okay. Thank you so much. And
Thank
this
you.
will be great because it will broaden optimization in industrial processing, evolving norm, and a focus on sustainability in extractive industries. And it's a great opportunity
Yeah,
to meet leaders, scientists.
yeah, it's about naturally occurring radioactive materials that you find in mining. Prof has mentioned about that. Ghana is leading in this area, so I'm really happy that Prof has given that amazing talk together with Victoria. We should do this more often. I think those are the two most powerful presentations, talks that I've had in a long time. So, Prof, thank you so much. And Victoria in absentia, we really appreciate. And Florentia, thank you for making the connection. We really value what you're doing with us, and we appreciate. Otherwise, thank you all. And the participants, you are great with the questions, and you made the whole webinar the success that it has been. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would like to share the contacts of Winnie Group and the RPNS-YN. Please stay connected with us. Any questions, comments, or if you would like to organize an event together with us, please, you are most welcome to do this. And first of all, we want to express our deepest gratitude to our distinguished speakers, panelists, and collaborators for their thought-inspiring contributions. Your experiences, expertise, and passion for radiation protection have truly inspired us all. Your dedication to shaping the future of this field is evident, and it is a privilege to have had you all as part of your today's event. A special thanks to our audience as well. Your questions, curiosity, and engagement have made this webinar a rich and meaningful exchange. If it's not often that we have the opportunity to gather such a diverse group of professionals, educators, and students, all of whom are eager to make a lasting impact in the world of radiation protection. As we learned today, the journey into radiation protection is not just about acquiring technical skills, but also about finding purpose and passion in safeguarding the health and safety of individuals and communities. It is about ensuring that as technology advances, we continue to prioritize the well-being of those who have been impacted by radiation exposure. The field of radiation protection offers a wealth of opportunities for growth and innovation, but it also presents challenges that we as a collective must address with determination and vision. And I encourage you all of you to take the lessons shared today and carry them forward into your own work and studies. It doesn't matter where you are, you can always keep learning and continue the journey. So thank you very much once again who made this event possible and for all of you being here today. Margaret, over to you if you would like to add something else, or Professor Marie, to say goodbye to the audience.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Florentia, for organizing such a powerful program on a Saturday. You turn our Saturday into a lecture period, and it has been worth it. So thank you for what you've done. And I wish you all the best in your next level, your next activity. And thank you, Professor Margaret, for your kind words, and for your contribution towards this program. And for all our audience, the participants, we say thank you so much. Without you, there will be no need to make any presentation. So thank you so much and wish you all the best. And if you have anything relating radiation protection program, training, education, I think you know what to do. You can contact Florentia and we'll get you the needed information. Thank you, and I wish you a blessed and a wonderful weekend.
Thank you very much, Professor. We wish you a lovely weekend and blessings to our brotherhood in Ghana and in the rest of Africa region and all the participants. Margaret, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. And with that, I think now we can leave at leisure, and we've learned a lot. This is a Saturday well spent, and thank you.
Thank you. So that's all from us, and we thank you for your engagement, and we look forward to seeing you in the next webinar that we're planning ahead. Thank you. Have a very good rest of your day.